Welcome. In this video, we'll introduce the basics of using ARIN's Registration RESTful Service, or Reg-RWS, to manage your organization's records through ARIN's API. Reg-RWS is a secure and efficient method for interacting with ARIN's database and managing your registration records. Reg-RWS is ideal for repetitive, mundane tasks done in high volume with no needed human communication. By the end of this video, you'll understand what an API key is, how to create an API key in ARIN Online, and be able to identify the 4 most common Reg-RWS calls used to manage records. Let's get started. To protect the security of the information you are sending and receiving via Reg-RWS, you'll need an API key. An API key is a unique credential that authorizes your application or script to make requests on behalf of your ARIN Online account. Think of your API as an extension of your account credentials. To protect the security of the information you are sending and receiving via Reg-RWS, you'll need an API key. Because your API key has the same permissions as your ARIN Online account, it should always be treated as sensitive information. Keep it secure and never share it publicly. Creating an API key only takes a few moments. While logged into ARIN Online, select Welcome at the top of the page and choose Settings. Under Security Information, select Actions, then Manage API Keys. Then choose Create API Key. When you create an API key, ARIN displays the full key only once. After that, it can't be viewed again, even by ARIN staff. So if you lose it, please create a new key. Be sure to deactivate the old one before creating a new one. After the key is generated, copy it immediately and store it in a secure location. You'll use this key whenever your application makes Reg-RWS requests. If you're developing or testing your integration, consider creating a separate API key in ARIN's Operational Test and Evaluation, or OT&E environment. API keys created in OT&E can only be used in that environment and cannot be used in production, making them a safe choice for development and testing. Once you have an API key, you're ready to begin managing records with Reg-RWS. An API key can only be used to manage resources that are directly allocated, reallocated, or reassigned to the org IDs associated with your ARIN Online account. The 4 calls you'll use most often are GET, POST, PUT, and DELETE. GET retrieves information about a record and can be used to retrieve such things as org details, lists of RPKI or IRR objects associated with an org or point of contact details. POST creates a new customer record. PUT modifies information in an existing record. Depending on the record type, you can update fields such as the network name or public comments. Before submitting the request, you'll need to identify the record you want to update. Delete removes a record that is no longer needed. Removing obsolete records helps keep registration data accurate and up to date. PUT and POST calls require the application and content type headers, along with the authorization header containing your API key. GET and DELETE calls only require the authorization header. When an upstream organization delegates a network to a downstream organization through reallocation or reassignment, its API permissions become limited. The upstream organization retains the ability to delete the reallocation or reassignment, but it can no longer use GET, POST, or PUT requests to view or modify the delegated network resource. Let's take a brief look at the structure of a typical Reg-RWS API request. Every Reg-RWS call follows the same basic structure. Although the endpoint and payload change, the overall format remains consistent. Each request includes the method, which defines the action to be taken, the GET, POST, PUT, and DELETE calls as described earlier, the URL, which directs the call to the appropriate endpoint, the authorization header name and value, where your API key is provided, and the content of the call, which defines the information requested or changes to be made. Each Reg-RWS request returns a response, indicating whether the operation was successful. Successful responses are returned in a payload that defines the information requested or changes made, and may include system-generated values, such as handles or registration dates, or other identifiers that you'll want to save for use in future requests. Reg-RWS provides a structured, automated way to manage your organization's records. By creating and protecting your API key and understanding the common calls, you'll have the foundation needed to begin working with the Reg-RWS API. For complete request formats, payload examples, and implementation guidance, refer to the Reg-RWS documentation available on the ARIN website. You can find this by visiting arin.net/Reg-RWS